Hello. I'm having some tripod issues, so give me a second. I have this new tripod that I love, but it takes a minute to get it right. So, it's my hand. Okay, there we go. All right, give it a minute for people to come in. Okay. So today I figured I would come on here live and talk to you guys about a couple different things. Basically, mom chat and back to school. We were off pretty much all December. I talked about that in, I think it was the last video, our December homeschool happening update or January update. We did nothing in December, so I was really worried going back to school was going to be a struggle because they had a lot of freedom. They didn't have a whole lot of routine, a whole lot of structure, so I was pretty anxious going back was going to be a struggle, but it's been really good, actually, really good. We normally, I have like minimal schoolwork that I'll do when we start back and just kind of ease into it, kind of like the way I think a lot of people do when you're coming off of your summer into starting your new school year. I do that coming back for holiday break too, but I just jumped in. I just did everything. I had a full load of work for everybody this week and we got it done. I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but we did everything we had to do. And we had a play date and we just kind of did minimal stuff today, kind of hit the core classes, and we got everything done. So that was exciting. Hopefully, this isn't the calm before the storm and we had a good week this week, but next week is crazy. So if it is, we'll deal. So how was everybody's back to school week going? Did you guys start yet or anything? Let me know. When you guys come in to say hi, let me know where you're from and just say hi. Uh-oh. I got this delay. That's okay. I think it'll work itself out. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, why I wanted to come live on here, is because I had done another video about COPPA and all of that craziness in things changing for YouTubers and everything. I'm not going anywhere. We're not worried about it. Not worried about COPPA. We're careful. Hey, this is my first time catching you live. Hi, totally outnumbered. Hello. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm doing this on my phone, so hopefully if it dings and alerts, you guys don't get all that background noise. Let me know if you do. Maybe I can turn it off. I can try. I don't know. So I am going to change a few things with my channel. I'm still doing my homeschool stuff. We're still sharing our homestead journey, but I'm going to share more of it. And I have talked about that probably more than once in other videos. But I started a blog, I started a website, and you can see behind me all of this. This is soap. I have been making soap for years, and I've just been selling locally. And I decided to put it on a website and do wholesale orders and get going with that. So that was what took up December, starting the website and getting a stock of product ready. So doing all that is what kept me so busy. But when I started this website, I had every intention to keep Chaos and Grace separate from the website because that really has nothing to do with homeschool. And I mean, it has stuff to do with homesteading, and a lot of the stuff we do, the homestead side of it, has to do with this, but it has nothing to do with homeschool. So I was going to keep it separate, but that's hard. I mean, it's essentially kind of, I mean, this is a full business, and then running a channel is, I mean, it's like another part-time job. So I'm going to merge them and hopefully kind of make things run a little smoother. That means changing the channel name. So this is going to be my last day, my last video. Yes. Hi, Nina. I'm so glad you're here. I know Nina in real life. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, I'm going to change my channel name. which is a little sad for me because I really love the channel name. When I first started, we were House of Littles, and that was fitting for where we were at in life with little kids, and it just kind of, it fit that. But then as the kids grew and we started doing more homestead stuff, I'm like, this is nothing, this just doesn't fit anymore. I got to change it. And then we kind of landed on Chaos and Grace, and that seemed to really fit everything. It fits homeschooling, it fits the special needs life, it fits the chaos of homesteading. It just fit. Chaos, it's kind of obvious. And you have to have grace. And I really, really love the name. I get a lot of compliments on the name. But I got to change it again just to kind of keep everything more cohesive, organized. Yes, you said organized. I have to be organized. So the new channel name is going to be Serenity Hill Farmstead. The reason we came up with that name, actually my husband named it. It is the name of our property, of our homestead. We named it Farmstead because of the history of that. Thank you. I'm so glad you love that name. I'm happy. I'm glad. Chaos and Grace is still has my heart, I have to say. The new name is going to take some time to get used to. And I'm sure I will keep saying Chaos and Grace, but that's what editing's for. So, yeah, I'm gonna switch it over today. So everything will be changed today. My Instagram, I will have 2 Instagrams. I have a Serenity Hill Farmstead Instagram account, and then I will keep Chaos and Grace open, and that will be strictly homeschool and just kind of daily mom life stuff, because I really like the community on there. And I enjoy, just communicating and getting to know the people that follow me over there. So I'm not getting rid of that. I'm not shutting it down. So everything is going to be good. Yes, both names are great. Change is scary, but good. Yeah. And you cannot grow without changing. So that's what we're going for, changing to grow. So I'm glad you guys like it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. You love my soap. Thank you. I'm glad you like the soap. I'm so excited. I am so there's so much. Can you see all of that? That is let's see if you can see it. That is an old greenhouse. I have so many greenhouses now. A friend of mine gave me a whole bunch of greenhouses, and I took the poles here, and my husband did, cut them in half. And now we have soap curing racks, because those things are so expensive. Soap curing racks are crazy expensive. So that is our makeshift one, and I can add on to it, which I need to, because I have one more layer, and that's it. It's the bottom layer, and I really don't want our cats getting into that. So we'll see. I think I might have a visitor coming in here. What do you make your soaps out of? I use, it depends on the soap. I use coconut oil. I use olive oil are my main ingredients in my basic soap recipes. I also use raw goat's milk soap. I just got a new goat's milk supplier, and she's awesome, and her farm is beautiful, and it makes me want goats like now. I really, really love her goats. They're great. So I'll use raw goat's milk in some of them. I use different clays. It really depends what I'm going for, because everything has its own properties and does different jobs. This one here is activated charcoal. That's awesome. I love that soap. This one is actually made with coffee. So this one has coffee, and then the tops of it, if you can see, are like dark brown. That is cocoa powder. So I use a lot of food products. I use pureed foods. I use pureed green Malabar spinach that I grow in our garden, carrots, pumpkin, pretty much anything. And they all have a different food dye. I don't use any artificial dyes, so there's a lot of natural stuff. Yes, I know, I am too. I'm a total coffee addict too. It does smell like coffee. The reason I do, okay, so when you, I don't want to get too technical here, but when you make soap, you do all of like your oils and butters. I actually have a video on it. You make all your oils and butters like separate or well together. You melt your butters down, then you add your oils, and then you make lye water. And you have to have the lye to saponify and turn into soap. You cannot have soap without lye. I have a visitor. Yes, Evie?
My tooth's starting to hurt now.
Uh-oh. Your tooth hurts? I have to give some Tylenol. You made Forky. We have to share this. Evie made Forky while we're doing our live show. That's super cute. You used hot glue.
Mm-hmm.
She used hot glue by herself. She's 5. Where's the hot glue then?
In there.
In there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it on something?
It was on a piece of paper.
On a piece of paper. Okay, can you unplug it if you're done?
I did.
Awesome, good job. Good. Yes, Forky. Maybe we can see if we can have some... Here, come over here and you can say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Evie fell yesterday. Well, she didn't fall. She jumped and she hit her teeth on her kneecap and knocked her tooth loose. Nina says hi. Do you remember Nina? She's McKenna's mama. Oh, say hi. So yeah, her tooth, this tooth right here, is a little bit loose, but it's starting to firm up. So I think it's going to re-anchor and be just fine. Yeah? Okay. Go ahead and go out. I love your Forky. It's beautiful. Can you shut the door, please? Thank you, sister. So anyway, so when you make the lye water, so it's water and your lye. Got to have exact measurements. But instead of using the water, I use frozen coffee. And between that and then in this light brown part, I put fresh, really strong coffee grounds. And then the coffee is like double strength. So you do get a coffee scent. And then there is coffee essential oil you can add to it. I don't do that though. In this soap that I love is a peppermint. And then you can smell a little bit of the chocolate from the cacao powder that I use. And you can smell a little bit of the coffee. So it's like a peppermint mocha. It's awesome. I love it. And then it just gets stronger when you're in the shower and you get steam going and everything. It's great. I love it. It's one of my most popular ones. Are they like hand soaps? You use them in the shower. We use them in the shower. You can use them as hand soaps. I would not, now people do it, but I would not recommend using this is called cold process soap. I would not recommend using a cold process soap as shampoo. It's very drying. You can use them, but they can be harsh. So unless you have like a really strong scalp, you're not sensitive, your hair isn't brittle, I wouldn't do it. Making videos. You're totally gonna. So yeah, I use them. This activated charcoal soap one, actually, I have used that one. I have really sensitive skin. I don't know if you can really see very well. I'm wearing makeup. So I have rosacea and I get really, really red. I don't have tons of inflammation, but I get really, really red, especially right in here. I also have autoimmune disease, so that does not help. But I have to really be careful about keeping my pores clean. And that's difficult to do when you have sensitive skin too, because everything geared towards cleaning out your pores is really harsh and is like a really thick exfoliator. So I've in the past made a sea salt bar, which is another really popular one. And that one works really well. But I tried this activated charcoal bar for the first time with this batch and it cleaned everything out, one use. Now, my skin being so sensitive, it did get a little redder, but I'll do this, I don't know, maybe once every couple weeks. If you have a teen with like acne and just really kind of gunked up skin, this would be great for, I don't know, maybe daily use, but it could over dry. We have similar skin types. I need to try the activated charcoal. Yeah, I will put the link to my website in the show notes when we're done. And if you're interested in one of those, I am taking the photos for this soap and a few of the other ones that are going to be up on there today. So those will be up. I don't know if I'll be able to get it up tonight, but if I don't get it up tonight, I'll get it up by Saturday night. So keep an eye out over the weekend. By Sunday, everything will be up and you'll be able to see what I've got available. So yeah, it's totally addicting. It's really addicting. It's fun, but it's addicting. You're welcome. So, okay, so who's having a hard time getting back to normal after holidays? You guys have like that holiday fog going. Because I think this week, now that we're back in a routine, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And, you know, I've got such a routine for this because making soap. I have a couple wholesale orders to fill and school, and then putting the blog together and everything. Like I have to keep everything organized. Oh Lord, I have a troll. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you, David, for visiting, but you are not welcome with that nonsense. No. All right. I can't see it on my end, guys. So can you tell me when David is gone? Because we don't need that. And this is not cooperating. Stop alcohol. I know. He's still here. Ugh. I need a moderator. Give me a second, guys. Oh my goodness. You blocked him. I'm glad. Okay. Totally outnumbered. I do not know your first name, but is it okay if you are a moderator? I just made you a moderator for me. My first live chat. David, go away. Yeah, David. Awesome. Okay. All right. So Natalie, so this is how you moderate in case you have not done it before. You click on David. You click on his little circle next to you, and then it'll tell you whatever you want to do with him. You can put him in timeout or ban him. Please ban him. We got your point, David. Thanks for joining. It may take a minute, but David will be gone soon. Aha! I got him. All right. Moving on. I got a troll. You know, in YouTube world, that means I'm doing a good job. Hide user on this channel, that option. Yes, that is the option. Hide user on that channel. You reported him too. Thanks, Nina. Yes. I don't know how much that actually does. Like how quick they get to that, but yeah, it does report him as inappropriate and spam, I think. So. Hi, welcome. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Yeah, they are very annoying. They're very annoying and very inappropriate. And I don't know why. What is the point? What's the point? My kids are actually letting me do this. I know, mine too. I have got 3 boys that were bouncing off the wall an hour ago, and they're calm, quiet. That could totally be a bad thing. But we'll find out. Attention seeking. Totally attention seeking. Completely attention seeking. But he's gone. There are some that have multiple channels, multiple accounts, and every time they get banned, they just hop right back on there. I moderate a live show on Monday nights, Freedom Homestead. They're a great channel. Homeschooling, homesteading family. Great people. And man, they just keep coming. There's some nights they have nobody and they just like constant. So, you know, they got nothing better to do with life apparently. So, see? Here we go. Now we're Jason Mitchell. We're back again. So, oh well. Yes. Okay. So the kids, they could just be playing on there. I did tell them that they could play their Kindles. So we'll see. We'll see. It could go totally smooth and fine and peace will ensue. Or what do I think about Trump and Iran? I believe that politics is not something I'm going to discuss on this channel. Everybody's got opinions, and I have found it wise in my social media platforms to not discuss it. Don't go there. Yeah, we're going to keep it peaceful because everybody has strong opinions. Politics is definitely one of those things. How old are my kids? My kids are 14, and he is a freshman this year. I have a high schooler, and I have to think about it, 9 and 8 and 5. So we're doing 9th grade and 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and kindergarten. So we'll probably be repeating kindergarten next year too, because I was not ready to put her in kindergarten. We live in Illinois, and that was, you have 14, 12, 9, and 3. Yeah, close. So Illinois was talking about changing the law for kindergarten and making the required school age to start kindergarten 5, and it is currently 6. And they were talking about it passing, and it was just that time where I had to buy curriculum and get everything planned. So I'm like, let's just do it. We'll just do it. It's not going to hurt her to be exposed to the curriculum, even if she's not ready completely to do it, and she's not, but she's making progress. I have a sneaking suspicion that I may have another one with dyslexia, but we're going to see. We'll see how it goes. She's 5, so I could have her evaluated, because they can tell you with 100% certainty at 5 years old if they are dyslexic or not. And because I have 2 others, oh no, I hear screaming. Oh, that's never good. Well, we'll be here for a little while longer. So yes, Nina. Uh-oh. Give me my comments back. You have 14, 26, 23, 17, 9, and 6. Yes. I especially love your little 2 kids. They're pretty great. My kids miss them too. We definitely should fix that. So yeah, kindergarten will probably repeat next year. When she gets overwhelmed with the curriculum, with her language arts curriculum, math she doesn't get overwhelmed with. We just keep on going with math. I start doing more games, more kind of game schooling and unschooling stuff. That's a fun age to do it with. It's really easy to do with the little kids. Just expose them. The more you expose them to, the more you put in their hands to do and play with, they just soak it up. So I'll do that. Like this week, excuse me, this week we have, what have we done? We have done a letter go fish game, matching uppercase and lowercase, and she's learned 5 more letters doing that. So that was really, really surprising, because I pretty much just dialed it down to a letter of the week, what we did in preschool. And that was very slow going, but this game is, she's getting it and she loves it. And my 8-year-old will do it with her, which is great. That's awesome, because we're still doing school. Like that's how they did school today. I did reading with him, and then he says, can I play the Go Fish letter game with Evie? And I can do her language arts with her? Absolutely, you should do that. So they did that, and it was great. So they had fun with that. And then we play that, like, I don't even know how many times a day until she gets sick of it. The other game, which I just happen to have part of right here, we have several parts of it. This game is scattered all over the place. I have this manners game that I got from Goodwill for like 10 cents. There's stuff on it. So you get like sandwich pieces. I think the best thing we can teach her. Yes, absolutely. The love of learning. That is like our motto in our school. That's part of our, what do you call it? What are they called? I'm totally drawing a blank here. It's our motto. Okay, so we love of learning is absolutely number 1, because you never stop learning ever in your life. And if you do stop learning, that's just not good. Yes, motto. That's our motto. So this game, this is the sandwich manners game. It's our manners game. You got 4 sandwich pieces, and they are like random gross combinations. Like there's fish and peppers and mayonnaise and tuna and cheese. So they're these weird sandwich combinations. It's supposed to be the bread. And then you have little refrigerators, and everybody is a color. And they have little stands. And you put this in front, and then you've got all these little pieces. And I'm dropping. And if you get a mouse, then the mouse either steals your cheese and runs away and the cheese is out of the game, or you put it back and pick another one. And then the first one to fill their card wins. And you have to say, do you have fish? May I have it? Or no, I do not. Or, excuse me, please and thank you. If you don't, you lose your turn. So manners are great. So we're practicing our manners, not always using them outside the game, but exposure, right? We're going to keep working on it. So that's another game we do. That's a cute game. Yeah, 10 cents. I'm like, even if they don't like it, it's 10 cents. I'm really not worried about it. It wasn't Goodwill. It was another thrift store. We have a really, really large thrift store a few towns over in the town we do our therapy in. And that, it's like only open 1 day a week. So they're always pretty packed. A skill that is needed is manners. So many people don't have that skill. So manners is important. And we're really working on that, especially with our 5-year-old. She's struggling with that. She has about this much patience. So I think patience and manners, definitely something we're working on. Have you decided on next year's curriculum? Yeah, I have, for the most part, yeah. Next year is going to be and I'll do videos on it, especially since I have sponsorships with some of these curriculums. We are going to keep going with teaching textbooks. Nina, yeah. We have teaching textbooks, and we will keep going with that because I don't do math well. I have a very firm limit on what I can do. And once we cross that, I'm learning with them. So teaching textbooks, great. It's self-grading. There's tutoring involved. I'm giving a little plug to teaching textbooks, I guess. And the subscription base that they're doing now is wonderful. It's a lot cheaper, and they have a large family discount, which is great if you're, what is it, over six kids, I think, is it when it kicks in? Maybe 5. But that's great. I mean, we don't qualify for the large family discount, but I have a sponsorship with them, so we still get a discount. Free. That's a great discount. But then we have tutoring that comes with it too. And then we'll keep doing the good and the beautiful because it works wonderfully. How many kids do I have? I have 4 kids, 3 boys, 1 girl. Free is the best discount. It's wonderful. So the one thing I really, really like about the good and the beautiful is that it works with my dyslexic kids really, really well. And we have done all of the Orton Gillingham, which is like up the lads. Okay. So we'll take care of this guy too. So we have what was it? What is the name of it? Sorry, trolls are distracting. We have the All About Reading. That's what it is. All About Reading we tried. I love that curriculum. It's a great curriculum. I can even find it used. I have found it lots and lots of places used. There's so many different Facebook forums. I've even found it on Craigslist used. This is my first live ever. Good, Nina. I hope you do more lives because they're very entertaining. I was hesitant about the good and the beautiful because is it parent-led? It's got both. There are independent parts, and the older they get, the more you go into it. So I don't know how old your kids are, but we are now, Jackson is dyslexic. He is 3rd grade. Technically, if you want to get technical, by public school standards, he is behind where he should be reading level for 3rd grade. But I will tell you, he has made a ton of progress, and he is only doing level 2, I want to say now. And there is one page that I'll do with him, and then there's an independent practice page. So it's kind of teach a little bit of the lesson, you do a little blurb of it, and then they do the rest. And they have to read out loud too, is the whole thing. Like you just kind of guide them where they're going to go and correct them where they need correction and that kind of thing. But it's an open and go curriculum. It's not heavy parent based. And I have all 4 of my kids doing the good and the beautiful. So I can manage all of them, and we don't spend all day long doing school. So that's okay, I saw a comment and now it won't show me the comments. Here we go. I'm so scared to buy curriculum again. We spent so much money on Abeka, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Abeka either. I think it is a fantastic curriculum if you have a child that can keep up with that pace. And then it depends what way you're going to go with Abeka, because I know there's the accredited side where you have to check in a lot. And the only reason I know this is because I have family that did Abeka, so I heard the pros and cons from their opinion. And they still do Abeka. They've done it the entire time because it is very thorough and it is advanced for the level that they're at. I mean, it's great. But for us, It's a little much. Price-wise, I'm not a fan either. And I just think the intensity of it is just too much for my kids. If you want to spend all day doing school. Right, I don't. I do not. Yes, I have another visitor. It's either Evie or Caleb. It's Evie.
Have a snack, Mom?
Yes, you may have a snack.
Thank you.
You can pick something from the pantry, okay?
Okay.
But not chips.
I can have a granola bar.
You can have a granola bar. Yep, pretzels are fine. Lunch was like right before I went live. We need a snack already. It's okay. Can you go on about next year's curriculum? You said teaching textbooks and the good and beautiful. Yes, sorry. Science. For my high schooler, that's the one I'm not sure about. We have always kind of just wandered back to Apologia, but I really don't like it. I don't like it. There's a lot in Apologia. I don't know. Apologia to me is kind of on the same level as Becca. It's a good curriculum. There's a lot of information in there. There's a lot. But that's the downside too, is there's a lot. So yeah, Evie.
Can I play video games?
Yes.
Have a Tuesday?
Yep.
Yay,
Yep.
Tuesday.
Okay. No more interruptions. Okay. Thank you. But it's a lot. It really is a lot. And the what are they? In the notebooking journal. So this is how we do Apologia. There's like assignments in the notebooking journal, and then you do the reading that it tells you. That's how we're doing it, because the reading is crazy. And my high schooler has ADHD. He cannot sit and read all of that. It's high school is, reading heavy anyway. So science, I'm going to find something new. I just don't know what yet. We do master books for history. I have done the good and the beautiful history. It's done the same way as, what's the other one? Mystery of History, where it's like you have year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and then you loop back and do the same thing again, and it's chronological in the Mystery of History. I'm not 100% sure if the good and beautiful is. It's been a while since we did it. I would have to check. But I'm not a fan of that either. I really like doing subjects in history because it's more, we really like unit studies, and we thrive more with that. So Master Books has been awesome for history this year. We're doing American history. And for my younger kids, let me see if Evie is available. Hey, Evie! Yay, she heard me. Would you please get our science book? It's on top of the books on the second shelf. All right, when you're done, bring it to me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If you can't find it, it's okay.
The stickers?
The one with the stickers, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this atlas book, and I turned it into a curriculum. I have a video on that too if you want to check out the whole thing. But I pretty much just, we sit and we find a YouTube video, or there's documentaries. We have Disney Plus. Of course. We love Disney Plus. I think it's like the only thing we watch. That and YouTube. And we will find something on the subject of whatever the sticker is on the continent we're on. And that's our lesson. And we do art with it. We do projects with it. We do field trips around it. There's a lot of stuff you could do. Disney Plus has some awesome documentaries. Yes, it does. It really does. And my husband and I watch it just as much. Life Packs for Science. I don't care for life packs. We did life packs our first year. That's okay. Thank you for checking. Our first year, we did life packs, and I was not a fan. I was not a fan at all. I don't like the rote work. Our family, we've got at least 2 children that have ADHD that are diagnosed. I really probably shouldn't say this publicly. We kind of wonder if our daughter does too. It's a little different and difficult to diagnose with girls, especially younger girls, because they present differently. But sitting down and holding attention like that on something that is so workbook based has never worked for us. It really never has. I pretty much just pick the subjects. When I'm sitting down for my little kids, getting ready for a new school year, I will pick a topic. So this year for science and history together for them, I did continent like study. So we've got geography in there, which is also included in the Good and the Beautiful's language arts once you get to level 3, I believe. Then you've got the geography cards and map tracing, and they have like little mini unit studies on them. But we're doing that in this atlas book. It's like this big, cost not even $20. I got it from Costco. And this is after I already had marine biology that I got from The Good and the Beautiful. We did a section of that, and then I found this book. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. We're going to do this. And I still have not finished the marine biology unit. I've done a section of it, and it's good. We like it because it's more unit study-like. So that one's good. They do have a whole bunch of other ones, too. They've got, like, is it crustaceans or something like that? They have one on, like, spiders and things, like the arthropods. They've got a bunch of different ones. I can't even remember all of them. The marine biology has been our favorite. We also live not too far from the Mississippi River, so we can incorporate that in that unit study and go to the river. And we can see all sorts of river life and go to these little museums that are sprinkled along the Mississippi that talk about how people used to live. There's a Mark Twain museum. There's so much. That's so fun. It is so much fun. That is how we, pick a subject and just expand. That is exactly what we do. We just expand on it. And I'm not a Pinterest mom by any means. You can see there's not a lot of Pinterest happening in this room. It's pretty basic. Lots are free or cheap. Yeah, all of these are free or cheap. I watched the video way back when you bought the Costco book. Glad it is working for you guys. It is really working. It is everybody's favorite. And I catch my high schooler kind of sneaking in. Like we did Easter Island today, which was really interesting. Every once in a while, something will pop up that I really wasn't planning on giving my kids an introduction on, like cannibalism today. We just kind of hit the highlights and moved on. Just read and answer questions type of curriculum. That's really good. If your kids like the read and answer questions type of curriculum, that's great. That you have a lot more options with that kind of thing. If they like to keep it simple like that, it makes it a lot easier. There's not a whole lot I can do with my kids like that. So I have to we have to have a lot of movement, a lot of go, for real. Oh my goodness. I keep putting my hand in front of everything. Thank you, Natalie. Did I say your name right? Thank you for deleting him. So yeah, I keep putting my hand in front of the camera when I'm pressing buttons here. Can you link the video so I can see the book? Okay, so as a moderator, you can link it. Are you on your phone? Because I know how to do it on your phone, but I don't know how to do it on a computer. If you're on your phone, you can hit the back button, and it should not kick you out of the video. And then you can search the channel, my channel, and you can scroll down to that. The title of it is I think it's 3 subjects in 1, and you'll be able to copy that, and then you can link it in the chat. And if you can't figure that out, that's totally fine. Don't even have to worry about it. I'll link it in the description box afterwards. If I can. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. How is the chat? Okay. How is the RV reno going? I wanted you to include that as part of your school too. Yes, we are. So let me write this down real quick. Atlas link. We have not done much. We did tear out a little bit of flooring and took like the mattress out and stuff like that. Very little stuff. We have not taken out much. Oh, and we took out the shower tub thing. We took that out too. You found it. Good. I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you for finding that. Click the video and I left. That's okay. So what we are going to do is wait for a warmer day when we can open everything up in there, because it's either been really, really cold or really windy, even on our warmer days. We've had a stretch of warm, and then the handful of really nice, this would be a great day to work on the RV. We have not been home. We've been out. So we haven't done much, but we also did change our plans because we haven't done much. We've done a lot of thinking and a lot of other things, and my husband's actually looking at other campers too. So if we end up, if he wants to go with something else, because he's going to be doing so much of it, so much of the carpentry stuff with Wyatt, that's just not my forte. So if he is going to be doing that and it's not something he really wants to dive into, and he wants to find something a little bit bigger or a little bit easier to work with, and he wants to buy something else and work on that, we'll do that. The price that we got this thing, what was it, $350 or something like that? This thing is, we could strip it down and it's a 27-foot trailer and it'd be fine. It would be totally fine. And that's still way cheaper than you can get a trailer for. So we'd have a trailer, and we need a trailer. We need a trailer hauling stuff and just moving stuff around the land. We need to do that. So if that turns into a trailer, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little bit disappointed because I've got plans in my head of what I want to do with it. But if we do that, we're getting another one anyway. Still cheap. That's the budget. Cheap. So thought you said $350. I did say $350 for an RV. $350. It might have been $75, but yeah, well under $400. So what happened is, and you guys can find this, you can totally find this. We ran across on Craigslist, somebody was getting a campground and they didn't want the RV. All they wanted was the campsite. So they wanted to get rid of the RV. And this thing had been sitting for a while. Well, I grew up around campers, and I called my dad and I was like, tell me what I need to look for. Tell me what's a deal breaker. And our plan for this, I haven't really talked much about this. Should I talk about this? I know you guys will want to hear it. So kind of give it away in other videos. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you though. All right. So our plan for this was we need to pull out all the systems that you would normally connect to. So there's not going to be running water. There's not going to be, well, we're going to leave the electric the way it is. So you can either like connect to something. We won't tell you. It'll just be our secret, just us and everybody else in the world, whatever we post. I need one for a she shed. You know, I thought about making it for making soap, but that would be difficult for ventilation because you need ventilation with the Y. Nice to meet you. Hi, Shy. Nice to meet you too. So we're going to also, we got a whole bunch of solar panels off of Craigslist for $100. Soap shed. Absolutely. I need a soap shed. So $100 for all these solar panels. And my husband, he works outside and he has found marine deep cycle batteries, which is what a solar system operates on, in ditches and random places. You want to be an English teacher. That's great. You should totally go for being an English teacher. That would be awesome. So we're going to hook it up solar, but we're taking out the water. We are taking out the septic system. We are going to do a composting toilet because we do not have a septic system in place on our land yet. We do not have a well on our land yet. So when we park that sucker out there, we still need to be able to obviously have those systems in place. So we're going to have just water storage, and then we're going to have the composting toilets and park it out there. We are going to be trenching our electric this spring also. So I don't know if we'll be totally connected to be on, be able to hard dock and plug in and actually have working electricity out there, but we'll be ready to. Like, we'll have all of the trenches dug and all of that in place. Is this on the land you're homesteading on? Yes. Well, we own 10 acres, and that is where we're building our permanent homestead. Where we technically homestead now is here, this house, which is in town, and I use that very loosely because our town has less than 1,000 people. It's a very small town. It is an agricultural based town. You might have heard a couple trains going past here. We're like by train tracks and grain elevators, and so we're in town technically, but like we don't have a grocery store and all of that. So yeah, we're out there, and we're 10 miles. Our land is still 10 miles out from this town too. So yeah, and we have gas station and like a Dollar General, but that's pretty much it. So, yep, but we are going to be building everything out there. We've been clearing everything by hand. We have everything ready to go for bees in the spring. So we'll be starting the bees. We'll be starting our orchard. We're going to be starting our raised bed herb flower garden and some vegetables, like the things that are really big here. That's going to get moved out there. Like, I'm not going to be doing a ton of stuff here. We're going to do like pumpkins and all of your big vining vegetables. We're going to be doing out there. Animals too. So, we have rabbits. We're going to be expanding the rabbits. I really wanted to get pigs out there, but I just don't see if we're going to have it done by the time we would need to move out there. Selling this house is hard because in the area we live, our house is fine. We've done so much work to it, like from the foundation to the roof. We have done so much. We have replaced nearly all the guts in this house, all of the major systems. And people still, it's just hard to sell in a tiny little town like this because people want to be out of town. They don't want to be in town. And the people that do want to be in town are in the bigger town. They don't want to be in the teeny tiny little towns. So it's just a waiting game. But we do have to, special towns take that special buyer. Right. And it's usually, okay, thanks for coming. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on everything. I've got a couple videos in the wings that just need to be edited. And I've got more stuff coming on it. So thanks for coming. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, so we just have to wait. And there will come a point that we won't be able to move forward unless this house is sold. So that's pretty much, that's more. We ran into it really good. I guess I got a couple more minutes. I got a few more minutes. I told my kids I'd be done by 2. So then I have to go be mom again. So they are going to have to help me package up some soap, wrap them up. So we get a little entrepreneurial lesson today in small business ownership and all the work it goes in. Another little side homeschool class I guess we're doing this year. So teach them young. Absolutely. My high schooler, it was really funny. It was funny, impressed. I was really impressed with it. So the other day I'm sitting there doing just our regular budget. I do our budget every 2 weeks whenever my husband gets paid, which I'm going to show you. I got like this crazy hair. Okay, let's try that again. All right, so this is the best way I have organized my bills, and I'm going to show you just because we're here. So I'm going to show you. So this I get from the Dollar General. It is $3. It's just this. What does it say? Can you see it? The glare from the windows on it. Home Finance and Bill Organization. So every month, I get to when it's empty. You got this. I write down the bills. I put the bills in here. And then when we're done, I check them off. That's it. And then at the end of the year, this thing is bulging, but it's all in one spot. And then I stick it in my file folder. And every other year, I go through it and throw out what needs to be thrown out and refile what needs to be refiled. And it really doesn't take that long because I know all my utilities are going to go in the garbage. All like the mortgage stuff and all that, I just take it out, put it in our mortgage folder in that file system, and that's it. Yeah, it's so easy. This is $3. It's super easy. So anyway, I was working in this, and then, kids are crying now. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamie. I was working in this, and my teenager comes in, and he's like, Mom, you're working so hard at this stuff. Can you show me how to do it? I know I'm going to need to know how one day. Absolutely. Let's go over this. So we worked on budgeting, and I showed him the difference between our personal checking and our business checking and how everything gets worked. Bye, Jamie. I hope everything goes smooth for you this afternoon. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you got a chance to come have some mom time. Yeah. Yep. Real life. Absolutely. So yeah, we sat down and we had this just little real life skill lesson, this little budgeting thing. And we actually had in our co-op, we have something called Friday School. Twice, sometimes 3 Friday hence the name Friday School. We get together and we do classes. It's like a half day, and there's 3 classes for each age group that is grouped in, and the moms teach. Everybody comes up with a class. So all the moms stay on site. You come up with a class and you teach that, and there's so many different skills and expertise in there, varying different talents. So this last semester, the fall semester, we're getting ready to start our spring, but the fall semester we did a life skills class. I helped in there. You teach one and then you help in one. So I helped that one, and they learned like how to run Excel, how to do PowerPoint, presentations, public speaking, budgeting on Excel, and how to come up with a basic budget. And then what is the most important, how to prioritize that. So that was really cool. So he was a little familiar with stuff because of that class. And then we just elaborated on stuff. And it wasn't a super long in-depth thing because then his squirrels took over. That's what we call it. When ADHD is taking over, we say control your squirrels. So when the squirrels took over, we stopped the lesson. But it was good. It was cool to have him come in and have an interest in that. It's more important than calculus. Absolutely. I don't know if we're ever going to get... If calculus happens here, let me rephrase that. If calculus happens for my kids, it's not happening here. Mm-mm. So, and I don't know if teaching textbooks goes that high. They do have... I don't remember how high they go. I don't think they do trigonometry. Maybe they do calculus, not trig. I'll have to look into that. We are going to do 4 years of math. Do I have it up here? I don't think I think it's in the other room. I have a book that's teaching high school at home, something like that. That talks about the differences. If it happens, it's because they see. Yeah. Yes, that's true. Patience and skill. I don't have the math skill to be able to do that. And they know if my son comes to me and says, how do I do this? I will say, I have no idea, but let's figure it out. So, and we haven't had to use the tutoring service yet, but it is there if I need it. So I'm glad it's there. Anyway, so this high school book, it's teaching high school at home or something like that. I can link that for you guys if you're interested in that too. That book goes through homeschool at home. I gotta make a note or I will forget. My youngest is showing better math skills than... Yeah, Nina, I saw some of the stuff you were posting about that. That's awesome. Okay, so that book gives you this layout of how to organize how many credits you want to aim for in all the core classes if you're going to be a math major in college. And then if you're going to be an arts major, you should follow this track. If you want to do both, follow this. We're doing both. If my kids end up not going to college, you know, your standard college, I'm back. My kids are in boxes. I love that. All right. Boxes. I love it. Multiplication in first is crazy. Is he just doing it because he's at that level, or are they teaching that? Wait, let me explain. JB, you don't even need to explain. The kids are in boxes is totally good for me. Are you shipping them off? They're playing in boxes, yeah. I kind of figured you didn't tape them in there or anything. He's teaching himself. Nina, that is awesome. That kid is really, really smart. He's just always been really smart, but that's really amazing, and you build on it. I'm sure you do. We use musical multiplication. That's another The Good and the Beautiful thing, which I don't have in here. That was really, really, that's been awesome. I love musical multiplication because they get them. And they walk around singing the songs. Evie, however, this may backfire with her because she walks around singing the songs wrong. She'll walk around. He tries to make McKenna do McKenna's homework. I'm sure she doesn't mind. So when we do this musical multiplication, they'll be sitting there and they're singing their songs and they're 3 times 3 is 9. And then they'll just keep doing their thing. Evie will walk around going, what was the other one? 6 times 6 is, and instead of saying 36, she'll say 86, 106. It all rhymes. So she just creates her own number. So this could totally backfire by the time we are at multiplication with her. but I'm just gonna keep playing them because maybe she'll get it after a while. She'll know her multiplication facts before we get to like, more complicated addition and subtraction. So that's my hope. Hopefully it totally doesn't backfire. So anyway, so if my kids end up not going to college and they just do trades, that's okay. That's okay. We're still doing, which I'm fine with. We would actually prefer if they do trades because in the area that we live in, that is a more successful, more lucrative, easier to come by kind of career than degreed positions, degreed jobs. Trade school is so important. Nina, yep, you live here. Yeah, trades are so important, especially in rural areas. I'm pushing trades or entrepreneur. Yeah, we talk a lot about them right now. Sorry, I gotta take a drink. I make some more money than my husband. Wow, that's awesome. I always talk about trades. I did a trade. I did a 4-year degree too, and it's useless. In a rural area, it's completely useless. My trades, I was a paramedic in Chicago for a long time. And then when I moved out here, I volunteered in our fire department. I've worked in hospitals. I've done a lot of stuff in like ICUs, cardiology, and emergency medicine. And then I went to aesthetic school because a lot of paramedics, you only work 24 hours. You work 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So a lot of paramedics will have a side job and have like another career that they do too. So you do both. And I went to school for aesthetics, which is to be an esthetician, which is skincare. It's coming in very handy with the soap. So you can do a lot with trades, a lot other than just, what fits in that box. Well, hang on. I'm missing some stuff. I had a friend that told me she didn't like my curriculum because her daughter needs a real... Oh. My husband just texted me. Nice, Mark. He just texted me. It's 2:00. You should be working. Okay, I had a friend that told me she didn't like my curriculum because her daughter needs a real diploma. Yeah. Don't listen to that, friend. I'm glad you used quotations. I have family that has said the same thing. Yeah, people don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, that's hard to deal with, especially from family. It's hard to deal with. But your kids, your family, what works the best for you guys. So, and my husband is right. It's 2:00. I do need to get off. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. I had a really fun time with you guys. This was awesome. So much better than the video I was going to put up for you guys. It was our anniversary yesterday, so I really didn't want to edit. Instead, I ended up falling asleep on the couch. So, oops. Yeah, I do need to go. So it's great to meet you too. Thank you for moderating for me too. So I would really like to do this more often. I would love to make it a regular thing, but like Jamie and her boxes, she understands. Yeah. I can't definitely say, yes, every Friday we'll do this at 1:00, but I can aim for more regular stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going to start getting back into a regular posting routine too, now that holidays are over and we're getting back to routine. So we're going to try and get back. Definitely Friday. I will always have a video up Friday, and I'll post in the community tab if something happens and it's not software, life, whatever, it's just not cooperating. I'll always let you guys know. I'm aiming to do Wednesdays and Fridays, but Friday will always be there. Wednesday's bonus day. Wednesday is a keep your fingers crossed for, but always Fridays. So I will have a video out for you guys next Wednesday. So that's already ready to go. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys later. Let's see if we can get out of this. All right. Bye, guys.